Look, it would not be football season without a visit to my friend, my hero, Bill Cherpak, truly one of the best, Mount Rushmore of this generation and future generation coaches. He's a throwback, but he's old school with a new rule, and that is we just keep winning at Thomas Jefferson. They're undefeated. Big win against Char Valley. They put up 49 points. This young man, Tyler Eber, 152, 5 touchdowns on 13 carries. They just continue to roll, and obviously getting ready for another game this week as well. So you're 9-0. Here you go again, Coach.
Yeah, kind of unexpected. Coming into the season, we weren't sure what we had. We had a tough schedule, especially the first 7 games, and it's really come together. We're starting 6 sophomores, so it's really been a pleasant year. It's been an enjoyable year. Just try to keep it going.
Well, he and I both are in fighting shape now, so you really are looking good.
Yeah, had to get back to the high school weight. I'm not there yet, but it's been a process, and I'm working on it.
What made you decide to do that?
I just
come on. I had a little to do with it.
Yeah, you honestly, last year whenever I saw you and you had cut way down, you said how much better you felt, and I just said, hey, I need to do that.
Well, this was an offensive lineman at the University of Pittsburgh, and his dear friend Bill Fralick, who I love and think about all the time, sadly no longer with us, but he enters my thought process all the time, as Coach Cherpak does. One thing I've noticed with a lot of these offensive linemen and defensive linemen that are leaving the NFL, they are really slimming down.
Absolutely. And I think, health is the reason. And, it just affects so many things that you don't realize. When you were telling me like how much better you felt just getting around and doing little things. And then my friend Roman Matus that I played with, he lives out here and I see him a lot, and he's cutting, he's cut down. He feels a lot better. It's just health wise, you want to live longer. You want to do what you can to give yourself the best chance to keep living.
Absolutely. So it always begins and ends with you as far as interior line. So when you got a young man like Eber doing what he's doing, and you've beaten like 6 opponents by 20 or more points, the offensive line is doing the job.
Our offensive line has been playing great all year. Obviously with Shep Turk, he's our big guy going to Pitt. He's our leader. He sets a tone. But the other 4 guys on that line really have stepped up and done a great job. For the most part, we've stayed healthy. We've rotated 6 guys this year, and it's worked out great. And it's, for me, that's my pride. Being able to run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, offensive line. That's what we want to do.
Power Bowser Friday Night Football coming up tomorrow, KDK. The game that you fans chose, it's Peters Township and Bethel Park. Quest for the best tonight, Mr. Zangrilli, Mike White, and Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Do you think anybody appreciates Mike White more than us?
Oh my goodness, I talk to him all the time. Just if I need to know something, I call Mike because he has all the info.
What we're doing at Odyssey is just off the charts, and thanks to everyone who continues to step up, including Coons Quality Foods and obviously Gary Bowser, Power Bowser, and so many others. But man, it's just Mike White's the guy that really put this whole thing on the map.
Yeah, and continually somebody that's been in the business as long as he has, covering high school sports. You'll see that in a lot of places. And I know outside of Pittsburgh, that would be, not heard of. So, I mean, he keeps it going. The thing that I like about Mike is, he's involved in everything. He covers basketball, baseball, football. Like, he's just an all around guy that enjoys high school sports, and Gary Bowser and his crew, they support us at TJ. It's just, you can't run things without sponsors, and they do such a great job of it.
Listen, so we also in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, I noticed, and I talked to Coach Court Rouse about it last night at Beaver, their game that they're picking this week as their game of the week, it is Avonworth and Beaver.
Yeah.
And you played Avonworth.
We did.
Tell me about Coach John Court and his team.
They do such a great job. Now, they were down a few guys when we played them. They had some guys hurt. But again, the team, how about their schedule? Aliquippa, then us, like back to back. So they've rebounded well, come back, and it's only 2 games they lost to, with the 4A teams, top level teams. They always do a great job.
Listen, you have that pipeline to Pitt, so I'm going to ask you. You and I go way back. So one of the things that Coach Rouse and I were talking about, he's got some athletes down there. So how do you get a coach, say, from the University of Pittsburgh to come and take a look at some of your athletes? Obviously, you're the pipeline. That's your school, and you've done incredible for that school as they have at you. But what would you say to a young coach out there who's trying to get some of these, assistant coaches to come and look at some of their talent?
The crazy thing now about recruiting is obviously it has changed so much in the past, even 2-3 years. But with the advent of social media, it gives the players even more of an opportunity to expose themselves.
So you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't use social media. I'm not on any of it. But for the kids and the players to get their information out, to get their highlights out, to be seen, it is so much better than it's ever been. And there's so much more opportunity. With that being said, the transfer portal in college has really hindered high school recruiting, because I've had coaches tell me, not necessarily Division I, but 1AA and 2 coaches say, hey, look, we're not even recruiting high school skill players anymore, or a quarterback or whatever. We're just taking transfer kids. So that has really hurt high school recruiting. It's really affected it. And I don't know, if I was a college coach, I might feel the same. Or do you want to take a quarterback who's played a year of college football and you know what he can do, versus a kid's playing high school? You don't know the competition he's playing. You don't know what, it's tough. But the opportunity is there. And I think the other thing that the kids have to realize now is, where you go is probably not where you're going to finish. So, if you want to prove yourself, go to a state school, go to a 1AA school, and play your way up. I've told some of our kids that from the last year or two. Said, if you want to show what you got, go ahead, go play somewhere, and then you have every opportunity to move up after each year.
So I was reading an article before I came here today, because I've really been impressed by one thing in college football, along with our love for our Pitt Panthers, and we'll get to that in a moment. But how about Navy and Army? Both in the top 25. So Yahoo Sports writes today, something I've been talking about, and finally somebody jumped in on it. They're doing it without any of that stuff.
It's amazing. It is truly amazing. The service academies, it's a special person. It just is. We've had, guys go to all of them.
You really have.
We have. And it just takes a special person, to be able to handle it physically and mentally, first of all. But to excel in that environment, it's even more impressive. Those are the future of our country. I have so much admiration for those guys, because they're doing it for the pure love of the game. They really are. It's amazing. It really is amazing. And you look at Army, Navy, but Air Force always, they're competitive all the time. And it's impressive.
And you think of Paul Skeens, he had a little time at the Air Force Academy. Yep. If there's anybody who's been laser focused with his career, and during his pre-game warm-up, and even when he's not pitching, he's out there, doing all kinds of things. And he was throwing the football around one night. I think he could actually play football too.
When you go to those academies, the things that are instilled in you are lifelong lifestyle habits and things that create you as a person. And I love, we have a young man that played for us on our state championship teams. He's in the Marine Corps, and he's been in now probably about 6-7 years, loves it. And I'm so proud of him. And just the things,
who is he?
His name is Nate Werdeber.
Okay.
And just the person he is now, like, I knew he would excel in that environment, but he's just, it just makes you so proud as a coach, to have kids like that.
One thing I've noticed, and I've had uncles and family members in all branches of the service, but Marines, anything that they do is always so organized perfectly, whether they're 25 or 55 or 85. It's just that process, right? All right. So what's up next for your football team?
So this week, Laurel Highlands finish out the season. Hopefully we should take care of business. 10-0, and we're anticipating a nice seed in the playoffs. And the thing about this year in the playoffs is, in 4A, you're right into it. There's only 8 teams, so there's no first round game really. Mm-hmm. So you're in a competitive situation. All 8 teams are going to be good. Any of the 8 probably can win it, with a couple at the very top. I think Montour and Aliquippa, are 2 of the, they stand above most everybody else. But, anything can happen. So.
Well, Bashawn Patrick's doing a great job, really put into a situation where they only know one thing but win. So congratulations to him. But I had a chance to spend time with Lucero now, who I've known forever. How about the job he's done at Montour?
And the thing is, he's done it in so many different ways. Ooh. You know what I mean? They've had great lines where they've run the ball. They've had great skill players. Last year, the quarterback, Jake Wolf, was phenomenal. And now they've transitioned into a newer quarterback this year, and they're, working to his skills. I think the best high school coaches, you coach what you have. You adjust what you do to the personnel you have and the skill that you have. You don't try to fit them into your mold. And I think that's what makes a good high school coach.
Can you imagine how much name, image, and likeness Fair Lake would have had.
Oh my goodness!
If you were playing today, they'd be just backing up the Brinks truck.
Seriously, I don't think there could have been enough. It would have been amazing.
I miss that guy.
I do. I miss him all the time. And now we're in the process now of our Fair Lake Award of getting nominees. So every year, I do 4A. I'm the chairman for 4A. So I send emails out to all the coaches in 4A to nominate one of their linemen for the Fair Lake Award, and then we go through the process and. They pare it down to 6 finalists, 1 from each class. And then the award's given at the beginning of December. It's just a phenomenal award to be a part. The thing that I love most about it is it's knowing, Billy, what is like, this is what we're looking for. You know, guys that he would have looked at and said, hey, you know, I like how that kid plays. I like everything about him. Somebody that's good on offense and defense. Somebody that is a team guy. Somebody that's, you know, off the field is a guy that's a leader. And those are all the things that we try to find. And
even though he's there with us spiritually, but if he were alive, he'd be at this game tonight.
Oh, yeah. No question asked, he'd be there tonight for sure.
All right, so let's talk about our undefeated Pitt Panthers. Coach Narduzzi, 19th in the country, 6-0, top of the heap ACC. Syracuse tonight, they're 5-1. McCord against this freshman phenom, Holstein, who now Reed's become a weapon, Mumfield's become a weapon, Grandy on defense. I mean, come on.
The thing that I love is you have your, you know, Coach Narduzzi is what he is. This is what you're getting.
Right.
And to sub in those parts that we needed, I say we because, you know, I always feel like it's just so exciting. It really is because they're winning as a team. They didn't play great on offense last game, but it doesn't matter.
He had the worst performance of his career.
But the defense picked it up and they won. You know, they came back in a couple of those games where he lit it up in the fourth quarter, you know, when the defense struggled and they won. It's been a team and a group effort, and that's what I love most about it because even, you know, I'll text Chris LaSala and Coach Narduzzi before and after every game and just say good luck, and then after the game, congratulations. And how you won doesn't matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how the clock works. It matters what time it is. And I think those are the things that they are instilling in the kids is finding a way to win. In the past was, you know, letting games slip away that you should have won. But, you know, they're doing all the things, the little things that it takes to win. And, you know, the margin of error at that level is, I mean, it's so minuscule to winning and losing. To be able to be 6-0 is, and there's so few teams in the country.
Well, and the other thing, I'm really all in on Alan Green, the new athletic.
Absolutely.
Reading an article in the Post-Gazette today just talking about name, image, and likeness and attitude and what you need to do. And he just has that vibe.
He does. And I haven't met him yet, and I haven't really, you know, read up on him much. Heather did a great job.
She did.
I really think she really got this, you know, the thing in the right direction, you know, from what we had previously that kind of set things off the rails to where it is now. And for him to take over, Mr. Green, I think he's going to do a great job. And his ideas from the SEC and from it's only going to enhance what they're doing and the programs that we have.
Last thing for Coach Cherpak, I just have to talk about Oakland because Oakland's been in the news lately. They're continuing to talk about how to get some sort of model to get transportation to be a seamless procedure from Oakland to downtown Pittsburgh. Right. I've been in Oakland a lot lately. There's just a vibe there, a feel there. But I have to ask you, what was it like when you guys were going to school there? And all the...
We loved it. I mean, really, like, there was always something going on. You could have as much to do or you can have as little to do as you want. It was just an enjoyable experience for us because to this day, all my friends, for the most part, except 1 or 2, are college friends, you know, that I keep in contact with. And it was just a unique experience. Now, is it for everybody? No. You know, if you want to go up and live in the cornfields, and you can do that in Northeast PA and go to school there.
Doesn't have the electricity over
there.
No,
not at all. You know, but you know, it just is. You know, it's a vibrant community, medical community. You know, there's something for everybody. And
as a kid growing up here, but that first time that you are on the field, practice field, or in the cathedral learning, that had to be surreal for you.
I'll tell you this: when we were in grade school, I was in St. Mary's grade school. My friends and I used to take the bus from 8th Avenue in Homestead into Oakland, walk up Cardiac Hill to go to the games.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we loved, you know, the Hugh Green days, and that's what we did. We loved it on Saturdays, and our parents let us do it. Like, I look back, I'm like, we were in 4th and 5th grade, but it was just a great experience and something that as a kid growing up, you never forget.
You still love coaching football.
I do. And, you know,
you're full of energy.
Yeah, I'm near the back end more so than the front end. but you get energized by groups of kids, and this group has really energized me, just because of their attitude. They come to practice every day with ready to work and ready to get better, and they want to learn. And there's no selfishness. Some groups you have just drain you, but this has been such an enjoyable year for me, and I'm just having a lot of fun.
Well, now I got to go visit my dentist, Bill Zamorella. He's not talking politics. He's talking TJ. So I'm going to head up there, his young son, carrying on that great tradition.
Yep. Another great pit guy.
Yes, they're all pit guys.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't know anybody that is
Yep.
not a pit.
We don't got any non-pit guys.
But you realize that Pitt and Penn State, if this thing they could end up in the postseason.
Boy, would that be fantastic. That would be fantastic. I will be there for that for sure. I'd love to go tonight, but we have practice. So
that's got to be,
but
that's the dedication.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it is.
And by the way, all sorts of renovations here at this incredible school. Yep. Congratulations to the district. Great teachers, great administration. TJ's
it's a great place to be.
All right, don't forget Coons Quality Food Sports Reports every weekend with me. And then, of course, the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show. Power of Bowser Friday Night Lights. Bethel Park, Peters Township, Quest for the Best tonight. KDKA, 100.1 FM, AM 1020. And there's always more sports, especially Pitt sports at 93.7 The Fan.